Well, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to the wonderful world of hermits and crafting. And we're here in front of the Scarlandia city map, and there are quite a few areas in this map that need filling in, and that is what we're going to do today. So we've got some amazing designs planned. I've got a police van for creepers. Cats are driving this police van, may I point out, and all sorts of other interesting designs and landscapes that we're going to fill in all these little areas of the map that still need filling in today, because this truly is going to be a giant leap towards completion. So my friends, scarify that like button and let's take a little fly through Scarlandia. It's a great big beautiful tomorrow here in Scarlandia. Look at this amazing base slowly coming together. We've got our skyscrapers all positioned. Some of the farms are in there all working, doing their thing. But in our last episode, we've got ourselves a suspension bridge that I think came out really, really nice and really ties in this area of the build together very, very nicely. Let's kind of pop up on the top of the bridge here. Now, as for the lighting, as I asked, what you guys like? So far, this design is winning. Now, what comes in close second is the sea lantern design. And I agree with some of the sentiment on that particular one because it does bring in just a little bit of color, where this is just a lot of shiny white and silver, whereas the sea lanterns would bring in a little bit of a touch of green. So I think that's a good idea, but in the same realm of color, what are your guys' thoughts on turning the suspension cables blue? Just think about it for a moment. Like, what would that look like if we were to take something like that blue, and then of course way down there, you see that little piece of paint right there? That's what we would do, blue going all the way up there. Would that add that extra little bit of color that maybe is lacking within this build? So let me know in the comments. Hashtag blue, hashtag no blue. I want to know from you guys. I'm really considering doing it potentially. And heck, we could even throw it up there and just see what it looks like. But that leads me to my next problem. And that is the shadow, and I do not know how to get rid of it other than breaking this block. So I assume there is some kind of lighting glitch that needs to be updated by breaking the block. There's a block update, things along those lines. I don't really know what a block update is. I'm just pretending I know. And so, yeah, something like that. I don't know what it is. I need your guys' help. If there's any way you know of fixing this, it looks so bad. Maybe removing the trapdoors. I do like the trapdoors. I feel like it adds just a little bit of detail to it. But if it gets rid of that, like, I'm totally down with getting rid of the trapdoors. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. But other than that, I think the bridge is looking really fantastic. Over the weekend on Twitch, we're going to be building some support structures down below here into the ground and then freshening up the landscaping on that side. So definitely follow me on Twitch and Twitter to be notified when I go live, because yeah, that'll be really fun. And I love hanging out with you guys. So let's talk about today's episode. We're going to be building a police van driven by a cat, hauling the creepers off to jail, because in Scar City, we don't like building inspectors, and especially creeper building inspectors. So they're going to be taken off to the CDF. And so we're going to build up a car right here. Somehow we're going to get a cat in the driver's seat and creepers in the back. I don't know how that's going to go. We're probably going to lose the car at some point. But we're going to do some really unique designs by building up all the landscaping in the front. So each building, of course, has its own unique landscaping. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have driveways. Potentially we'll put in an order for the door shop at Mumbo's. And yeah, get all sorts of fun things over there. Now, the one area that I'm still a little bit unsure what I'm going to do, we'll kind of figure it out together today, is this building over here. And let's talk about that. This contains a gigantic cactus farm inside, but the outside doesn't really represent a cactus farm. It's just more of, you know, like a building, maybe a residential, maybe an office building, things along those lines. But the cactus farm doesn't really play a part. So I think the landscaping will be more modern and generic design, whereas the CDF on the other side is going to be more kind of spooky, because the building kind of gives off just that spooky vibe, being a creeper jail run by cats, of course. So it just kind of has that vibe a little bit on the outside. And I think that was what was successful about this particular building, is that we reflected the farm into the design of the skyscraper by making it a little bit more mysterious and a little spooky. So yeah, I think this is going to be really fun, and especially filling in these areas of the map is going to be absolutely amazing. So let's grab some supplies and let's get a building. Welcome back, and I think we've got everything set up for our first build here, which is the police van driven by cats of the CDF, heading off to the CDF jail to imprison those creepers who think they can destroy our city. So I think this is the perfect location. So we're just on the side of the drop off here. We're right next to the garage. And of course, down there, we can see that we're perfectly aligned with the intersection because the vehicle is going to be traveling in this direction. So let's just jump right on into the build. We'll grab ourselves some temporary blocks. There we go. And of course, a little bit of stairs and a little bit of half slabs. And of course, one fail. Oh, it's good to be building. I love it every minute of it. When you've had a long, stressful day, there's nothing better than jumping into Minecraft and hold on. Wait, I need a scaffold. Here, there we go. Minecraft Pro right there. See, saw that right there? I was like, yeah, I can scaffold onto that. But like I was saying, long, stressful day. It's good just to kind of lean back, relax, play a little Minecraft. Love every minute of it. So let's pull this back here like so. There we go. So I think that's looking good. So we're kind of making this shape a little bit of kind of a mixture of like a Humvee, kind of an MRAV, kind of elongated a little bit. I think it'll look pretty good. I spent quite a bit of time kind of sketching it out and like a sketch pad like right next to me, and then going in creative and playing around with some of the details here and there. And I think we've got something. I think something's going to come together. I used to be really bad at vehicles. Now I feel like I'm just like slightly less bad because I've been really practicing, with the helicopter and stuff at the top. So I've been really trying. Like I would actually really like to get this block placed there. There we go. So I think I've been getting just a little bit better, which actually makes me happy because vehicles are fun. They're just tough to make in a very compact form that conveys instantly what it is, because you want to like have the viewer of the person looking at it be like, oh, that's a vehicle, that's a boat, that's a plane. And that's tough because you're dealing with large blocks like this. So I think we're up to the challenge, aren't we? We're up to the challenge, right, people? Yeah, good stuff. How did you guys like the Falcon Heavy launch? I loved every single minute of that thing, because when I look at that thing, it kind of gave us as like people, a moment to kind of sit back, relax, and watch something marvelous, something inspirational, and kind of put all of our arguments and our this and our that aside for a moment. I think in our day and age, there's just so much fighting back and forth, and there's not a lot of things that really bring people together. And I thought for a moment there that the launch of the Falcon Heavy and the culmination of so much work, so many dreams translated into so much hard work succeed was such an amazing thing that I think it really inspired a lot of people. And that's really good. I think it really helped. And that's such a good thing in this like day and age. And to see kids, being inspired by, the science, the engineering, like the cool factor of it all. And that puts them like in a good light to work hard in school and to, pick the right kind of role models in life to kind of look to how they succeeded and, want to emulate that. And that's really good. I'm absolutely amazed at some of the photos that we're able to get back. And every time I see the Earth from above, it's always inspirational to see how fragile we are on this planet, how fleeting our life is, and to see that how insignificant in a way that we are. So we need to, be as good and as nice and as productive and hardworking as possible to make a good impact, to make a positive impact on others. And I don't know, when I see that from space, whenever I see those images, and I think with the Falcon, I think we potentially got some of the absolute best images of Earth that I've ever seen live. I mean, there was a Tesla, there was a Spaceman too. He was pretty cool. Did you guys like Spaceman? I love Spaceman. Rip Spaceman if he gets close to those asteroids he's heading for. But I don't know. It was just a moment that I felt like people were able to kind of just, I don't know, get together a little bit in a way and just enjoy something together. Something that somebody worked so hard for. I look at Elon and his dream and all the employees of SpaceX and the people they stand on the shoulders of to get to this point. It was just a really great kind of culmination of a lot of things. And I always say this a lot is I think inspiration is an incredibly important thing, and it's something that needs to be watered like a flower. And I think that really helped. And I think a lot of people got a lot from it. And I think it's a time when we need a lot of that. And it's really important to see, somebody worked so hard and dreamed like so hard, and to see that succeed. And you think of like Elon and the people who like just trashed him, you know, brought him down constantly. There's a great 60 minutes interview where they kind of have a montage of it. And Gene Cernan and Neil Armstrong, he's like, courageous people are like not super stoked on what he's doing. And all he asks is like, just come, talk to me, talk to the people, see what we're doing. And that's kind of what I feel like we all need to do more, is talk and see what one another is doing more. And I just felt like it was super inspirational. I hope you guys got something out of it like I did. And yeah, just makes you dream, makes you want to work hard, makes you want to be a better person. And that's what I got out of it, and I absolutely loved it. So my friends, I'm going to do this design right here on the other side. And guess what? I'll be right back. And there is our car looking super fancy. I'm kind of loving it. I think everything's coming out pretty darn well. So let's hop up on the top here. As you guys can see, we now have a roof and a floor. So that's pretty awesome. So let's jump over here. And one of the things I'd like to do now is try to make some flashing lights. That's right. So let's open this up a little bit and let's drop that down like so. And let's sneak around the back here and add a nice blue light. There we go. And then we'll go up to the front. And I think maybe right here might be a great spot to drop that down like so, and drop down another one. Now, what I want to do is I want to put some carpets on top of these things. So maybe like that. I might consider doing an extra block on either end here, but we'll see how it goes. And another one on top of like so, looking super fancy. And let's give a little shot up into the air. Turn around. Oh, I'm loving it. That looks pretty cool. So let's take a little land. So there's definitely, when it comes to vehicles, and something to always keep in mind is to, let's see, let me put this down like that. Bam. Oh, no. Bam. Nope. There we go. Yeah, I'm loving it. Is to always keep in mind that things change, right? You might look at something and you think, hey, that looks pretty good. And then maybe 2 hours later, with some fresh eyes, something looks not right and you change it up. So always kind of keep that in mind, is you're definitely going to be modifying things as you go along with vehicles. At least that's something that I've always noticed. I'd like to make, let's see how I can do this maybe right here. I want to add a little kind of sensor array, if you will. Does that make sense? I want to put like maybe a little thing like that. And then let's go over to here. Let's add like a little antenna maybe sticking up. You know, the cat's got to stay in communication at all times. They definitely don't get distracted. There we go. Yeah, something like that actually. Oh, no boy, we're in a bouncy block here. There we go. Yeah, something like that's pretty cool. It's like got a little antenna, you know, keeping in touch with command. Of course, you know, we have the antennas up there already, so that kind of has a little tie-in. So it's just a little visual tie-in. So this comes to our next phase, and the hardest of all phases. How do we get a cat in there and creepers in the back? We might have to do this on a live stream. Like that might be in the place where we end up doing this. But I think that's a successful first build today. We're on track for having a very successful day, which makes me super happy. So let's take a quick peek at this from above. How does that look? Oh, I'm loving that. I'd actually like to get a couple more of these vehicles. You know, maybe smaller, like if you know, smaller details. Now, this leads me to another thing that I'd love to see in Minecraft is better signs. We need better signs with bigger font. Like, it would be really cool to put like CDF in like pretty big, bold letters right here. Wouldn't that be amazing? We need better signs in Minecraft. Oh, I'd absolutely love that. I think I've been saying that forever. A way to like even color coordinate your inks. So if you could like change the inks with dyes or something like that, maybe we need some kind of like block that does it. Anyway, I'm loving this. I hope you guys do too. And yeah, so let me reset my inventory for our next project. Welcome back. And we've got all of our supplies lined up and ready to go. So this is my thoughts for this particular building. We're going to start kind of working out the staircase. So I think it would be nice if there was maybe 3 separate staircases with a little thing in the middle. Maybe there's some light poles, things along those lines sticking up. So I think that's going to be nice. Now let's go over to our materials here. And I have, well, that's leaves. Let's see, is this it? Ah, here we go. So if maybe we do some cyan clay kind of as the centerpiece, maybe bring in some sea lanterns as the lights and stone slabs as the kind of desired material for the walkway. So let's shoot up here real quick. Whoa, too much power. Way too much power, way too much. Anyway, so if we start working like this, so we start kind of bringing this material inwards, and we have maybe, let me think about this for a second. I think it would be nice if this area was all accessible via the pathway. And then, you know, after about, let me show you. So after this block, it goes downwards. So this portion, like from here to here, kind of an accessible pathway. We might, if we push this out to here and then maybe fill in like this could become a planter bed. So maybe we could throw in some spruce leaves and kind of do some nice topiary in there. I think that might be kind of nice. So yeah, I think that might be good. So, let me work on this for a moment. Let me kind of figure out where this is going to go. But I think with this design, I think this is going to be pretty cool. A little change like that by adding a walkway and staircase have really started to show the potential of what we can do with the landscaping here. So once we start kind of adding our walls and our trees and our plants and all of the details, I think this is going to come out really nice. So if you remember, I was going to do 3 staircases, so I decided to do a central staircase and have these 2 areas next to the pillars be a little bit highlighted with this little piece right here. And I think that just looks cool. I think it just has like a really nice presence to it. So I think that's good. Now, the next thing we need to do, we still, of course, need to add all the plants and all the walkways and stuff along there, but we need to make the actual driveway. So what we're going to do is we're going to need a little bit of cobble and a lot of gray concrete powder, and we're going to run that out and connect it down with the street. So when we do this, we need to come up with a way of slowly sloping that down so it's not a jarring transition. So if you look at this, see how that's kind of a slope downwards into the actual tunnel. So we need to take design cues from that and incorporate it into here, which is going to be somewhat difficult. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to get the structural design down for this, and we already have it down over there. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take the design we've done over here and over there. Well, you can't really see it, but there it is over there, and go all the way across. So then that'll set us up to finish the details around that staircase. So let me work on that driveway and I'll be right back. And there we are. We've got ourselves a driveway looking super snazzy. We've got a little bit of some painted lines here on the ground, which kind of helps with the sidewalk feel. And of course, another line there, keeping cars from kind of going to the crosswalk when they're coming on down the driveway there. So now that we've got the structure built in these 2 areas, it's time to work on the next phase of that. And that is building up the retaining walls and the trees and all the details across here. Now, one thing on this side is we don't have a lot of room for, the tree and the planter boxes. So that's going to probably end about here. And then the unique design that's unique to this building will go all the way down to right about there, and then start up there. So there's like room for maybe like 2 trees on this side and probably maybe like 8 on this side. So yeah, let's hit super fast build mode, finish this up. And yeah, I think this is going to look pretty sweet. So hit it. End of super fast build mode, and we got a huge chunk of our landscaping done. So let's take a land on our road and look at all the detail. Absolutely loving it. We've got our police van. We got this section all landscaped and ready to go. And of course, the CDF finally is no longer floating. Can we get some hype in the comments? Because that right there makes me really, really happy, because this place was floating for way too long and it is looking pretty darn amazing. So there's definitely some things that I still want to kind of touch up a little bit here and there. I'd love to add some form of kind of tree in this area. I still haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that yet, but I still might do that. Added a little tree on this side. And yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. I love how it's very manicured, very to the point. And that's kind of to the design of the building. You know, what in the world? What? I was explaining something, but I just found something. How, why, has this always been there? You guys got to tell me. Has this always been there? Because that just drove me crazy. I'm just going to move over here so I don't have to see it. There we go. Oh, I still see it a little bit. There we go. It's gone. So the CDF, you know, it's like a governmental facility, you know, very to the point. So that's why I want everything kind of clean lines, you know, everything's kind of cut off like that. So everything's kind of sharp. And I think that is looking super awesome. Whereas, you know, some of the other buildings, everything's a little bit more, a little softer around the edges, where of course this is a creeper jail. So yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Now, as for this spot right here, we've got some torches and stuff like that. We're going to clean that up, get that all taken care of. And I like this little spot right here, just kind of a little spot to walk through here. So I think that came out really nice. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. This was all improv. As I couldn't figure out what I was going to do with this. I tried a couple different things, and you know what I thought? I'm just going to go for it, just see what comes of it. And I meant to kind of cut back in and talk to you guys again, but I just got into a flow state and I was a rolling, and the inspiration was a moving, and I just kept on going. And yeah, I'm quite happy with that, but that means we need to move on to our next side of the street, and that is Cactus Towers here. And we got to do something over here. So similar design will go on this side over here, but we've got to come up with something cool to do in the front here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take both entrances here and do a connecting path in the center, and then that leads into a staircase in this part right there. So that leads us to a lot of extra room. So there's extra room in this area, and of course on the other side that we definitely got to think about. So got a lot to do here, got a lot to think about. We got to come up with some good inspiration for this, because it is definitely going to be a bit of a puzzler to try to put, you know, these two entrances together, but I know we can do it together here. So I'm going to start dropping down my shulker boxes here and start playing with some blocks, kind of see what it does. And I'll meet you guys back and see, hopefully you guys can see some progress here. Welcome back, and as you can see, I created the pathway design. Now I even tried a couple different ones from the way we talked before, just to see if there's any other possibilities. And I found this one to just be the right one. I feel like it's just perfectly aligned. It's very symmetrical. It's a little different from the others, so how it kind of splits off like that. So I'm trying to make sure each one has its own unique design. Each one of the skyscrapers so far has had that, and I want to maintain that for sure. So when you're exploring, you see all sorts of, oh, I forgot. I will fix that. I promise you. All of my buildings have little holes in them. This is so weird. Anyway, so I think this is good. So we have the central staircase leading up to here, and then maybe like a fountain. Are you feeling fountain-like? I'm kind of feeling like fountain-like. And maybe even a little sugar cane. We can come with something really cool in this spot for sure. And then, of course, it leads up into the building. Now, inside the building, there are these extra little doorways here. And I don't know. We might take these off. We might keep them. We'll see. I almost feel like maybe even a little bit of a patio could be cool out here. We might work on that on Twitch. Like a little restaurant patio. Doesn't that sound kind of cool? And, of course, here is Cub Fan's crazy contraption with all of the little things moving about. And wait, is the shulker box still up here? I think that shulker box is actually almost full, so that's pretty cool. We got one full box. And then we have a dueling patio, I guess, supposedly out here. So that's kind of amazing. I love it. Anyway, so out in the front, we'll just decorate this all nice like. And yeah, we got to come up with some unique designs. I'm kind of thinking flowers. The reason being is the building doesn't have a lot of colors. So we could throw in a couple of flowers just to add a little uniqueness to the build. So I think that'll be really cool. Also, oh my gosh, I gotta fix that. Anyway, guys, let's hit super fast build mode and finish this all up one more time. So hit it. end of super fast build mode, and there's the reveal of all the streets complete and looking super fancy. So let's pull back here in the camera account, and we can sit up here in a stable platform to kind of admire all of the details and how they've come together. So all the streets meet up, of course, in the center, and that is our next project where we're going to construct the skyscrapers. So I think that's going to be really, really fun and absolutely amazing. So that's really cool. But let's take a look at some of the work that we just finished. So right in front of dueling towers, we've got the flower beds, we've got the different kinds of leaves, the walkways looking all super snazzy. Got a little bit of speed here, got to slow down. There we go. So much excitement seeing all this progress here in the city. Makes me very happy. So I think that is looking really, really nice in front of the building. So when you're down here at street level, you can see all that detail up there. Oh, there's that hole. Not even gonna look at it. So of course we got our trees on this backside over here with the flower beds full of flowers and plants and all sorts of beautiful details. And if we zip on over to the CDF, wow, a little bit of lag there. There we go. So watch out for the cats. We're going over them. There we go. So over here, of course, we just finished this a little earlier in the video, but one thing I've noticed is I do not have any of the pine trees. And I'm trying to figure out if there's anywhere we can maybe sneak like one or two of them in there just to kind of complete the overarching design that we have within the city is having these tree-lined streets. So we can think about maybe adding maybe one over there, get rid of the tree that we built, and maybe we could maybe stick another one right here. I think would work out pretty cool. And there's the police van itself. So we're definitely going to try to put a cat in here on stream and a creeper, do the whole thing. But this has taken 2 days to build out all this landscaping. So many trees, so many beautiful details. And wow, this was quite a project and also quite a bit of fun. Wait, where's Scar? Ah, there's Scar. I'm trying to rejoin the mind of the Scar. Ah, it's good to be back in my mind, but there it is, guys. Absolutely amazing. I hope you've enjoyed this project as we've connected all these different streets, but it is at the point where we can fill this in. So this is going to be pretty cool. So let's find the maps that we can do here. So let's pull this one off. Maybe we can update it from the, no, we got to actually go out there first. We got to go out. This will be really cool. So let's jump up here, get a little jump. Nope, no jumps, just a little bit of a jump. I can't get a jump. There we go. There it is. And let's fill that all in. Absolutely amazing. Look at that little white line up there. Oh, that's the glass. Okay, I was wondering what that little white line was. And I was like, what in the world? There we go. Put that one down. And then we got another one here. Let's break that apart. And that one filled in. Perfect. And then one more right here. There we go. And that's filled in also. There it is. There it is. All we got to do is finish that section around the skyscraper, and we've got this, guys. Absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining me today as we completed the roads, which, like I said, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually really excited about that because this has been a long time coming, and to see so much progress in the last 3 weeks has really, really inspired me, and I've been so happy. So happy you guys have been enjoying the videos. You guys have been showing so much support towards the videos, and that means everything to me. So guys, until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, oh, that would mean so much to me. So until next time, we'll see you later, and don't forget to subscribe because you may just become scarred for life.